Hi Anouk, and welcome. So to start off the interview, I just wanted to ask you, can you tell me a little bit more about yourself?
Hi Nora, hello. So a little bit about myself. I was born in Venezuela in South America, and where I lived until I was 16 years old. My parents are Europeans, and I have lived until now in many different parts of the world. I currently live in India and in Bali, where I teach yoga. I'm a yoga teacher.
How did you first discover yoga?
Yeah, that was when I was 18 years old, and I was living in Boston back then. I joined a gym, a women's gym, because we had really harsh winters and I wanted to move my body. And I soon, or immediately I would say, realized that this aerobic thing wasn't for me. And I looked into one of the rooms in the area in the yoga in the gym, and there was a woman doing harsh breathing, alternate nostrils, and she had a whole turban on her head. And I was quickly pulled into that. Out of curiosity, I would say, I came to yoga.
Are you still practicing this type of yoga today?
No, I'd rather say that my practice today has been turned more towards a classical form of hatha yoga. It includes breathing, it includes visualizations and kriyas, but it's the more classical form of asana, we could say.
Anouk, I wanted to ask you, how do you incorporate Ahimsa into your daily life?
That's a good question, Nora. Ahimsa, it's a beautiful concept that draws its idea from the Jainas. And besides being vegetarian, I would say that Ahimsa comes into my life through my practice and through the awareness that I cultivate in my practice to my relationship to the other. I think, like Buddha said, that every thought is an action, so I think even in my thoughts I cannot say that I'm there 100%, maybe I'm only there 50%, but I try as much as I can to, even in my thoughts, cultivate this idea of non-violence, which Ahimsa means, and in my relationship to all those beings that I encounter, human beings and also animals, of course.
Can you tell me a little bit more about why you decided to become a vegetarian?
Yes, that's also a good one in my case, I guess, because when I think about it, when I think back, I've been doing yoga, like I said, for 18 years now, and I only became a vegetarian about 5 years ago. And so all those first years I was surrounded by many yogis who were vegetarians, and of course I kind of wondered, but I come from a culture where we ate animals and I don't believe that we should do things because we have to do them or because others are doing them. And so I once was chatting to a friend who was sharing a story of her dad, that her dad actually shared with her when they lived in Africa, that he was given a goat as a gift, as a gift, and he was expected to kill the goat right then in front of everyone and peel it and do all these things to then prepare it to eat it. And she was quite impressed about it, and her dad looked at her and he said, well, Charlotte, you have to be willing to kill your animals if you're gonna eat them. And that really made me think, and I asked the question to myself, can I kill a cow and can I kill a fish so that then I can eat it? And that's how it happened. Spontaneously, from one day to another, after asking myself that question, I decided to stop eating animals. And I have to say, I've always had a beautiful relationship with animals, but something here in the space of my heart opened, and it's quite wide, and I feel it's cultivated, or it's open to an even more in-depth relationship with the world around me and the animals.